Hey everybody, welcome back to another Staticast Gaming video. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. I hope everyone had a great day today. Today I just wanted to talk about PS5 sales, as far as restocks, and just exactly how many PS5s are available. I mean, the thing that has really been making this PS5 launch so horrible and a horrific nightmare for everyone is basically the fact that there's just simply not enough of them to accommodate all the people that want them. And then you factor in all the bots, that scalpers are using to resell them, and the number of people trying to order them, and it's basically impossible. It has been almost impossible for most people trying to get one. And now that we're in January of 2021, people are kind of I think trying to be optimistic because as time goes on, there can only be more PS5s, right? And it should be easier for people to buy them. And an article on Forbes kind of touches on that. This article, I think, was actually written on December 30th, 2020, and it's titled, "After PS5 Stock Shortage, Production Predicted to Reach 18 million in 2021. And the tone of this article, I think, just from glancing at this, it seems to be more optimistic. If you think that 18 million consoles is actually going to be enough, but the tone of the article is one of optimism that, things should be hopefully easier as far as for customers trying to buy PS5s in the near future. And it says here, well, good news for those still hunting for a PS5, as there are about to be a whole lot more of them for sale in 2021. According to Digitimes, citing industry sources, the PS5 shipped 3.4 million units in the first 4 weeks it was on sale. And we're about 6 weeks now, with likely a Christmas surge the past week. Next year, however, production is really going to start ramping up, with those same insiders estimating production of 16.8 to 18 million units in 2021. Though Sony will likely do whatever they can to increase that total, given the record-breaking demand for the PS5, which has surpassed any other video game console in history. If we're guessing, say, 5 million PS5 sold this year and 20 million sold next year, if those numbers are low, that's 25 million sales, which is just under a quarter of the 113.5 million sales of the PS4 since its release in 2013 in a single year. That is not Sony's official forecast necessarily, but it is certainly not out of the realm of possibility. And the ultimate record of 155 million PS2 sold, the best-selling console in history, does not seem out of the question. Like last generation, we are also likely to see slim and pro models of the PS5 released over time that will result in further sales surges once the current madness dies down. Well, I'm not sure about that. The PS5 is already so powerful. What are they going to put in a Pro? It's already like basically a gaming PC. But at any rate, the this article is basically saying, look, there's going to be anywhere between almost 17 to 18 million units in 2021. That's good news. But then you look at articles like this. This is an article in the Chicago Tribune. This one is titled, "This is a launch disaster. Here's why you can't find a PlayStation 5. And this one was actually, looks like written, I don't know if that's when it was authored or just when it was posted, but it says December 17th, 2020. So this one actually came out before the previous one on Forbes. And this one kind of paints a little bit of a darker picture, and to be honest, I'm more inclined to believe this one. But in this article, I'll get to the main part that I'm interested in here underneath this picture, where it says, Sony's scalper headaches are aggravated by struggles in production. Now, it's bringing this up because most of the entirety of this first part of this article is talking about how scalpers are making it a lot harder for Sony Um, as far as not only for customers to buy PS5s, but also the amount of revenue that Sony's not getting because a lot of the PS5 consoles that are being purchased aren't actually in customers' hands, which means they can't buy the games, and there's no software revenue because of this. So the whole first half of this article talks about that. But this is the part that I'm interested in. So it says, Sony's scalper headaches are aggravated by struggles in production. The company has said it aims to sell more than 7.6 million PlayStation 5s by the end of March, beating the previous generation console's performance. But the pandemic has created shortages throughout the industry's supply chain, crimping the ability of companies from Sony to Apple to ramp up output. Key suppliers, including MediaTek, have said chip availability will be constrained through the first half of 2021. Strong demand from electric vehicle makers, among others, has been consuming capacity for some parts used in the PS5, according to people familiar with its supply chain. Of particular concern for Sony, production yields for the PS5's main custom-designed processor remain inconsistent and have hurt its availability to meet demand, said the people, asking not to be named because the details are private. The company may have to rely more on air freight to deliver consoles to retailers, cutting further into its profits, they said. So this article is pointing out that these are some anonymous, supposedly, some anonymous sources that didn't want to be named that are in the industry as far as hardware, that make hardware that's used by the PS5, and they're actually, Sony isn't the only one purchasing these hardware items from them. There are other manufacturers, other companies that need them, and the pandemic has affected all this. And what they're saying here is basically there's limited supply. I'm inclined to believe this because here we are in January now, and as you can see by this article on comicbook.com, it's titled Best Buy Releases New PlayStation 5 Stock, Users Complain of Website Errors. This was from January 7th, 2021, after one of the most recent restocks that Best Buy had for the PlayStation 5. And in this article, it basically talks about the aftermath of that, and namely some posts of people complaining about what their experience was like. Here's one here. It says, every time Best Buy drops, the site crashes, and even though I have it in my cart, it won't let me check out. Like for L. Why can't I buy the PS5? There's too many people out there, and I tried to go to Best Buy website. I tried to add to cart, but it wasn't letting me do it. And then I tried again. It didn't even work. Shaking my head. And there's another one. Ugh. At Best Buy, killing me with these please wait status. Hashtag PS5 restock. Me once again trying to get a hashtag PS5 from Best Buy. And he's painting this, looks like a clown. Oh, man. At this point, I'm considering copying from resellers at this point. Been waiting a week for Best Buy to drop the PS5. It happens today, and last less than 30 seconds, and mine is gone before I could even check out. At Best Buy, you have got to do better. Best Buy getting PS5s and running out in 10 minutes. Cop the PS5 off Best Buy after trying 100 times. So here's somebody that's saying they got it, after trying like 100 times. And, you get the gist of it just from looking at that. But this is, I don't know if Best Buy has dropped again since this date on January 7th. But, this is about a week ago. And this was the experience that the majority of people felt that they needed to post online and express their frustration with. And it's the same thing that's been happening this entire time since October and November, when pre-orders for these new consoles were available going into their official release dates, and it's just hasn't stopped yet. So the bottom line is if this is true and this supply problem is a real thing, and I'm inclined to think that it is. Because that's the one thing that people really aren't talking about. We're in this situation where we're staying at home. We're not allowed to go outside in certain numbers. We can't go in stores in certain numbers. People are working from home now. All the other console launches in the past don't really count because this is a console. These new consoles are launching in the middle of a pandemic, and given that that's the situation, and so far that hasn't really significantly changed, if there are shortages for this, you can expect possibly even March or even later than that, that the experiences that people are having trying to get these consoles, they're going to continue to be the same. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this continues all the way through next holiday season, if things continue on as they do now. If the supply does not dramatically catch up, how are you going to be able to compete with all the people trying to get them? I mean, even in Japan, they're not getting them right now. And, Sony's a Japanese-based company. So, there's something to be said for the truth. A lot of, people are they're uploading videos and they have the thumbnails, with their face looking all excited. PS5 or Xbox Series X is restock. Let's go live. Join my live, YouTube video, and let's see if we can get one together. And everybody's so excited, and everyone says follow Wario64 and all this stuff on Twitter. But that's just making the problem even bigger. It's contributing to the problem because now everybody knows to follow the Twitter accounts. Everybody's getting the notifications. As long as the supply for these consoles is still low, all you're doing is just telling everybody where to pile up and, basically block each other from ordering it. So it's just, at this point, everybody knows all the secrets. Everybody's getting the notifications. You're just getting even more traffic than ever now. When you get a notification from Twitter that Amazon has PS5s restocked and they're live, as soon as you click on the link, you can't do anything. The site's all getting bombarded. So at the end of the day, this is the most important thing. This right here. Whether or not they're going to be able to actually produce these enough. This is the most important thing, because if Sony can't do that, and even Microsoft, they're in the same position, to be honest. They use mostly the same hardware. So both of these consoles, they're in serious trouble if they can't, if they can't get the supply bumped up dramatically because of these shortages with hardware. Then this experience that people are having, it's going to continue throughout this entire year. I guarantee it. So let me know what you think about that in the comments. If you think that maybe I'm a little too pessimistic about this, and maybe I could be wrong. Hopefully I am. But let me know what you think, or if you agree, and let me know what your experiences have been, up until now. If you haven't gotten a console yet, have you still been trying every time you get a notification? And if so, what's happened? Were you able to get one? Or was your experience like that of these unfortunate customers here that were trying to buy a PS5 from Best Buy on the 7th? So I'd love to hear your comments. Also, if you like the content that I'm putting up, feel free to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified. Apparently, if you don't hit the notification bell, you might get notified for some videos, but not all of them. So you do, I have to remind myself to ask that you do hit that as well. As far as gameplay videos, I was doing some thinking about what direction I wanted to go in, because so far I've uploaded some videos that are kind of scattered around different games. I wanted to kind of come up with more of a game plan, and I was thinking about basically playing a lot of maybe action adventure or platformer type games, family oriented games that that people an entire family could watch, and things like that. So I decided that what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start with one title and play that title all the way through and upload gameplay of those of that game, and then move on to the next one. And then if I do like some maybe online multiplayer, I may throw some of those up randomly, because they're more competitive. So I may have a playlist for certain games for multiplayer, but I want to, kind of put a focus on the family-oriented games, or the action adventure type games, and see how that goes. So that's basically what I've been working on. So stay tuned for that. And I really hope everyone has a good day. If you comment on the video, I'll do my best to reply to it. And if anyone has any suggestions or any requests, please put them in there in the comments as well. I'll be definitely more than happy to take a look at those and consider those as well. All right, everyone. Have a great day.